All right. Hey, everybody. This is Thomas with the Local First Arizona. Excited to be here today. We wanted to host a quick session with our partner, David Delorenzo with Ambassador Group and Barr Restaurant Insurance to share with you some key insights, just some information, things you should be thinking about as you start considering reopening your business. If you're a brick and mortar, maybe your retail, maybe your restaurant, get some of your questions answered, get some things you should be thinking about as far as structuring yourself when you start to reopen. So I want to thank you, Dave, for taking the time to talk to us today.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Thomas. It's good to see your smiling face.
Awesome. So what are you seeing in the industry right now? I know that retailers and restaurants are the businesses that are allowed to open. We know not everyone's opening, but some are starting to think about it or starting to get into the process of it. What are you seeing out there, at least in the restaurant industry?
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of questions from a lot of my clients and others about really what the direction is and what to do. That being said, there's a little bit of a guideline that's been put out there by many different associations and by the governor's office and the Department of Liquor, and they're all, obviously everybody's just trying to do the best they can in a situation that has never happened before, nor is there, quite the understanding of how do you reopen for this, moment, Arizona, and how do you reopen it, safely. And so pertaining to the hospitality and retail industry, as we were talking before, retail, I think you can kind of, gather, you may have one or two employees and you can limit the amount of people that come in and shop and do certain things. And while by no stretch is it the, let's just say the most favorable or desirable thing to do, there are some things that you can do in that instance, appointments, stuff like that. But when it comes to hospitality, you have a whole array of individuals that are looking to get out of their house and looking to, go and convene. And you have another array of individuals that are probably looking to still, stay in and quote unquote, stay away from the whole thing. So for the businesses that, still have rent to pay and a lot of stuff going on, they're looking to reopen, and they will. And I believe the 11th is the date for restaurant reopening. Then you get the questions about, okay, what's a restaurant and what isn't. And, a lot of the bars are going to open up too. And as long as they serve some sort of food, whether it be a dollar slice of pizza or whatever it may be, it looks like it's going to be a pretty, loose-ended, structure of who's going to, be able to open without getting, penalized in some sort of way. I think the biggest area for establishments that you will not see a direct or immediate opening are going to be the nightclubs, because you got people on top of each other, obviously, and the live music venues. I just don't know when, talking to a few of my clients out here locally that own some venues, well-known ones, this is just, a quote, not evidential, but, we could be looking at 2021 until, the next live shows are done inside of really compact rooms, some of people's favorite, places to go listen to music. So in the meantime, there's got to be a structure to reinvent yourself in order to get some sort of a cash flow going.
Sure. And what would you be encouraging businesses to really think about right now, as from whether it's a liability or an insurance perspective? I mean, again, this is something no one's ever dealt with before. So what are you encouraging businesses to start thinking about as they consider starting to reopen?
My number one encouragement for businesses is to really dial in on the tools and, consult your insurance brokers, consult if you have a, an attorney or even somebody that, deals with, business functions in the attorney field as far as employee management and stuff like that. Really consult these people and hear about what they're hearing through their specific industry areas. Again, because this is so new and because guidelines and because rules are all, literally being made up as we sit here, you know, we get into the word of negligence and neglect. And, you look at the fact that, okay, it's the state has made it okay for you to open up on the 11th. But, what does that mean for a local business? How does that look? What is opening up the correct way without being neglectful, in that sense? And I really think that as long as businesses adhere to, doing the best that they can to protect their employees and to protect the people that come in there, that's all they can do at this point. Again, there's really no guidance on, how or how not you can, get in trouble in this day and age in this world. So it can be, it can be a little bit off-putting and kind of scary at the same time, but you can only do what you can do and do it with the greatest heart of knowing that you're doing the right thing and you're going with safety first.
Yeah, so I think that that's the overwhelming, sentiment is that people want to be safe, and not just people, but the people that are running these businesses want to be safe. So safety first, taking it slow. As far as contacting somebody, getting information legally, or updating HR policies and things like that, is that stuff that you're recommending too?
Yeah, 100% recommending that. I think at this time, resources such as Local First Arizona, all the stuff that you guys have put out there has been absolutely amazing. I mean, you're talking to an insurance broker who I am more than happy and more than willing to give my time and dedicate whatever resources or hours I have free of charge to anybody out there, just to be able to help, because I want to see it all work and I want to see people protected. And so I think there's a lot of attorneys that are willing to do the same thing. I think there's a lot of consultants that are willing to do the same thing. It's really just a matter of us all teaming up together as Arizonans and realizing that, hey, the quicker that this goes on, the safer that it goes on, the more we can all get back to regular basis of life and not utilize this as a way to just, start, taking advantage of people or making money off of them, no matter what industry that you're in. So there's a lot of good, professional representatives out there that I know are more than happy or willing to help. And I just think it's good, especially if you're a restaurateur. What do? You serve food, you create community, you create a vibe. You do deal with employees, but you're not in the everyday aspect of what insurance liabilities are or are not. You're depending on somebody such as myself. You're not in the everyday aspect of, what if my employee does this? What are the labor laws? What are this and that? There are people out there that do that day in and day out. And I know they're out there. And I know that Local First, I know, Thomas, you probably have those resources along with, the Arizona Restaurant Association or the Arizona Craft Brewers Guild. They all have people within their associations that have those people to help you. It really comes down to just taking the time as a business owner to want to ask those questions and find those resources. And a lot of people have come to me and I will help find those answers, for them.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much, Dave. So you're hearing it right here. If any businesses out there want some feedback, advice, support from a business perspective, we'll make sure that you can contact Dave. He can help you out. And then we'll continue sending out more information, more resources as they become available. Dave, thanks so much for your time today. Really, really appreciate it.
Yeah. Thank you, Thomas. Appreciate you.